Judd Zolgad, Jeff Dubay, our show page, 1500 ESPN. Thanks for showing up. All right, Dubers, longtime Vikings fan, you tell me this. Have you ever seen a team the week before they play the Vikings literally give up their season? Because that's what the Cleveland Browns have done.
Not this early. Not in week 3. This is unprecedented. Don't you think?
Yeah. I'm hard-pressed to think of a game. Now, Suhan...
Late in the season, we've seen some bad ones.
That's what I was going to say. Suhan pointed that out today, and he's right. Late in the season when you see teams basically just tanking, but this is a week 3 tank.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's bizarre. I can understand it. I mean, they got a first-round pick for a running back that they don't really have big plans for. I don't think that the current regime likes Trent Richardson. They certainly didn't love him, and they didn't draft him. I mean, he wasn't their guy.
Yep.
And to get a first-round pick, they've stockpiled. There's no doubt about it. They've stockpiled a bunch of them, and they're already starting to talk about quarterback prospects in next year's draft. Hundley from UCLA, Bridgewater from Louisville, Manziel from A&M. I mean, you're talking about what you're looking at for quarterbacks in next year's draft for the Cleveland Browns, because that's the biggest missing piece. It's not the only one in Cleveland, by the way, but it's the biggest one.
Is this actually as close to a loser-proof game as you could get? If the Vikings don't come out of this game with a 1-2 record, what's going to happen? I mean, Vent Line on Sunday for us, which is on right after the game.
Yeah, you better have a crash card for me.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. And you're going to be the number one guy who's going to be melting down. If the Vikings don't... Here's my question, honestly, and we'll get these calls if the Vikings don't do this. If they don't win by about 17 points, 14 points, I think if they win by 7 points, fans are going to be mad.
Yeah, it's got to look easy. I mean, it
really does.
It has to pass the eye test. It can't just be a win. It's got to be. I'm not going to put a certain number on it, but it's got to look like they're in control. It's got to look like a win from the beginning to the end. And I tell you what, here's where we are kind of setting ourselves up a little bit. Is Cleveland is not a bad defensive football team, and the Vikings have more than their share of offensive struggles. So this game could be. You know how New England beat the Jets a couple weeks ago, or a couple Thursdays ago? It might have been just a Thursday ago. 13-10
a week
type
ago,
of game.
Thursday.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of game this could be. This could be one of those ugly.
Fans will be mad.
Yeah,
fans will be mad if it's that type of game.
And Cleveland's got the defense that could give them trouble.
Unless Ponder looks really good in a low-scoring game that's tight, if Ponder doesn't look really good in this game, win or lose, fans will call for his job again.
Yeah,
I guarantee that'll happen.
It would be a shame, too, because he's got some positive momentum coming off the second half of the Bears game, both in terms of how he's playing and how maybe some fans are starting to view him. And I think he earned it. I mean, on the road, in bad conditions, against a decent defense, a defense that's given us trouble, playing in the elements. I mean, he made big plays on third down, and he had some gutty runs. And I think that it'd be a shame if he couldn't continue that momentum for himself personally and to keep that fan momentum going, just to keep some people on his side.
Now, my opinion of the Vikings is they play Cleveland on Sunday at home. They go to London to play Pittsburgh. We all saw Pittsburgh play on Monday night. They're not any good. They're really banged up. They have a bye week, and then they play Carolina.
I'm going to move the mouse.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, look at us. Hey. And then they come home to play Carolina after the bye week. Luke, I'm not your father. And if they're not 3-2 coming out of the Carolina game, I think something's wrong. If they're not 2-2, something's really wrong.
I agree.
The Carolina game, I'm willing to see a little bit more even keel.
And Carolina's here.
Yes. I think they should be 3-2.
They'll put you 3-2 going to New York, and you don't know what kind of a New York team you're going to face in the middle of the season. The Giants haven't been great. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and put the Vikings on 4-2 through 6, but I mean the possibility to be at least 500 through 6, and maybe to be 4-2 through 6, certainly puts you in the playoff mix. In what is kind of a watered down, mediocre looking NFL, and then specifically NFC right now.
I think it's interesting, too, what we're seeing at Winter Park is, and I think we're getting close to this now, Sunday should help because the Vikings should win, and they should win easily. We're getting close to some potential finger-pointing, too. And I say this
it's already started.
Yeah, because players were upset after Sunday's loss in Chicago, and they were clearly upset at the defensive game plan. The defensive players were not happy with the defensive play calls late in the game, right? And then this week, what have we seen? Most recently, I find it really intriguing that Greg Jennings came out and absolved Ponder of the Jennings pick-6 interception in Chicago. That's okay.
Continue.
You know what? We're among friends here.
It's live TV.
So, it's not live TV. It's the internet. Hey, everybody. Hi, Mom.
And it's not live.
Yeah, good point. And so, Jennings absolves Ponder of the pick-6, right? But then he says that's on the receiver court. Well, there's only one receiver near that play, Jerome Simpson. Then on Thursday in his weekly access, Bill Musgrave says, no, that is on Ponder. I think it's really interesting that Jennings picked one of his own guys, and basically, whatever he was doing, he pointed the finger.
Yeah,
that's an interesting dynamic.
And for Musgrave Musgrave is the offensive coordinator. Do you think he'd want to have his quarterbacks back a little bit? I don't know why he would even go there. I mean, I get Jennings. The Jennings thing from the time he's gotten here has been trying to compare ponder favorably to Rodgers, which is not an easy job.
Yep.
He's had to stretch truths. He's had to, almost bold-faced lie on some things. And maybe he was lying about where he puts the blame on that interception. I don't know. But he's gone out of his way to have Ponder's back. If I'm Musgrave, I don't go out of my way to have his back, but I go out of my way to not rip him. And I don't know why he had to go there. I think maybe Musgrave started to view this as, who's going to take the blame in this town, me or Ponder?
Yeah.
That's
a really good point.
It might be getting kind of sad.
And it might be the OC
I
before
hope
the
it is,
quarterback.
because he stinks.
All right, we're done. Our work is done here.
Yes, but I would like to point out that we are going to be...
Yeah, throw out all the promos.
Yes.
You're going to the tailgate, too.
I'm going to be at the tailgate party on Sunday.
Just wrap it up quick.
I'm going to be on the tailgate party on Sunday, but this is what's more important. Channel 45, Hammer. Fridays, we've been doing 7:15 and 8:15 for some time. We're going to do Mondays as well. So you're going to get us in the weekend, previewing Vikings. You're going to get us on Monday morning, 7:15 and 8:15, to react to the Vikings. So we're going to do double dose of Hammer.
All right, so a double dose of Hammer.
Working.
Yeah, no, it works fine. Don't worry about it. So a double dose of Hammer, and then you're going to the tailgate on Sunday. You're
I'll be
going
at
to
the
be there
tailgate
for a while.
on Sunday,
1500 ESPN lot.
Ultimate tailgate. Yep.
All right, so that'll be fun. And then you can hear us, of course, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. weekdays, Judd and Dubay.
And Ventline.
And Ventline Sundays right after the game.
Right after
We're
the game.
all over the place.
Right after the game.
And I work Saturdays with Royce.
Savoir Faire. We are everywhere.
All right, we're done for today at
On
least.
the air, I am the air. Venus flytrap.
Zolga, Dubay, we bid you adieu.